Kenya has been pushing to make the port of Mombasa more effective to handle the region's growing demand. As Kenya continues to make headways, we took some time off and visited Tanger Med Port in Morocco, one of the busiest in the world. The port has positioned Morocco in the international maritime scene, connecting it to 77 countries. Brenda Kerubo is just back from Morocco, and we now bring you some maritime lessons from Morocco for Kenya.
Tanger, northern Morocco, just 14 kilometers to the south of Spain, the gateway between Europe and Africa. It has fascinating architecture that blends European and Islamic culture. Tanger also plays host to Tanger Med Port, a global logistics hub connected to 186 global ports, 40 of those in Western Africa. It provides handling capacities for 9 million containers, 7 million passengers, 700,000 trucks, and 1 million vehicles. This is Tanger Med Port in all its glory, which is nearly 5 times the size of the port of Kilindini back in Kenya.
It's a young port. It's only 12 years of operation. Compared to other ports who are 100 years, it's still a baby, but it's a baby that's grown up a lot. Today, this port is connected to 180 ports in the world. This port is doing 50 million tons per year. This port is already #1 in Africa. And this port, since this week, is becoming #1 in the whole Mediterranean Sea in terms of capacity.
The complex consists of 3 ports. Tanger Med 1, that includes 2 container terminals, a railway terminal, hydrocarbons terminal, goods terminal, and vehicle terminal. Tanger Med 2 has 2 new container terminals with an additional capacity of 6 million 20 equivalent unit containers. Tanger Med Passengers Port has access zones and border inspections, 8 berths of boarding passengers and trucks, regulation zones, and the ferry terminal.
To track these companies, you need the 3 things. You need to have a stable country, politically and socially, to give them good manpower, qualified and at a very good salary. You need also to stabilize the security for them, to invest and take their money if they want. And you need to give them a good infrastructure in terms of land and port. This is how you can interact.
The logistics-free zone includes warehouses, offices, and financial institutions that are all connected to the train, bus, and maritime station. Value addition is required in every stage, such as grouping, distributing, and supplying. The industrial hub plays host to companies in sectors such as automotive, aeronautics, logistics, textile, and trade.
Of course, there's other incentives which are financial. You give them fiscal advantages because they are exporting 85%. So there is fiscal advantages like zero tax for 5 years, for example, and no VAT to be paid, for example.
Tanger Business Park accommodates at least 912 companies in the industry, logistics, and service sector. This has generated about 75,000 jobs, especially due to the fact that at least 85% of the finished products is required to be exported. Manufacturers such as Renault, Siemens, as well as ship owners, APM Terminals, and Maersk Line have operations in the complex. In 2018, about 480,000 vehicles were handled at the Tanger Med Port. That's an 11% increase compared to 2017. Continuous expansion of the port will contribute significantly to the growth of Moroccan exports, especially agriculture and industrial.
We want to have more relationship with Mombasa. It's an African country like us. Morocco have been doing a lot of investments around Africa. Of course, Mombasa is in the east side of Africa. Maybe before there was the barrier of language of being a country where we speak French and your country is speaking English, but there is more and more Moroccans speaking English, and I would guess there is more people from your side speaking French. And I think what has to be put together is more business. Once the business starts to be more interesting between 2 countries, then the ships, they want to go from the 2 countries, and the clients want to exchange from the 2 countries. That's how I propose the next steps.
More than $9.1 billion has been invested at Tanger Med, including $5.5 billion by private operators. The platform processed 3.4 million containers in 2018, becoming the first port in Africa, followed by Port Said on the Suez Canal and Durban in South Africa. Brenda Kirubu, KTN News.
Wow, quite a lot to learn from Morocco when you look at the maritime business. I do hope that the Lamu port will one day